Alright guys, for this weekend's RFN trip, we went back to the Halton sub. This time, I went to the Goreway Drive in Brampton, mile 8.80 on the Halton sub. Unfortunately, this crossing is now endangered. They are planning on replacing this crossing and putting in an overpass. I can see why. It is a really bumpy crossing when you cross the tracks. Like, take a look at this. You can see that this crossing is really rough, and not to mention that there's a lot of traffic due to slow-moving trains. That's because Goreway Drive is in front of Brampton Intermodal Terminal, so intermodal trains can go really slow, but the mixed trains goes a decent speed. Alright, let's get into some train action, shall we? Our first train we got in is CN A422, going from Port Robertson to Toronto. It was led by 2534, and trailing second is 2305, which has its E-Bell going. And 422 yesterday has 107 freight cars. I have a feeling that there were some rail cars on this train, but however they dropped them off at Brampton. The next train we got in is CN Z112, going from Vancouver to Brampton. It was led by 2228, and for the rear DPU is 2877. And how many cars did it have? Well, it doesn't matter. But while 112 was going into Brampton, CN M394 came by, going from Kirkyard in Gary, Indiana to Toronto. It was led by 3278, and trailing second is 2822. And 394 has 136 freight cars. After a while of waiting, along came CN L559. That is a local working around for Brampton Spurs. It was led by 9416, which is a GP40-2LW. And trailing second is 3732, a GP38-2. And they were both pulling 12 boxcars. And Crypto Transcend actually showed up for a visit, but unfortunately he had to get going after 559 went by.
9 cars in storage 4. Coming out with 28 cars uptown, including the 1532.
The next train I got in is our late CN Q107, going from Brampton to Vancouver. It was led by 2888, for the mid DPU is 2810, and at the rear of its train is the red braking container car, and that being 0008. I actually saw 2988 at my Abbott recently with the rear DPU on Z112. And if you haven't seen the last video, do you know what it has? Well, it has this. Oh, I remember the last video. Not this again. Yep, it has the scary face on the side. Unfortunately, I was on the wrong side to see it this time. Anyways, how many cars did 107 have yesterday? Well, it doesn't matter. The engineer also gave me a bell salute as he left Brampton. 107 headed its way to the Bala sub, the powerful CN Z112 came by. They're heading back to Mac Yard. 2228 and 2877. 2228 was running long route forwards back to Mac. The next train we got in was actually a switcher move. The ID is BITS02. The train does some switching around the Brampton Intermodal yard area. It was led by 7081, which is a GP9RM. Trailing second is 3790, which is a GP38-2W. And trailing third is 3781, which is another GP38-2W. This is actually my second time seeing 3790. The first time was at Pine Orchard back in 2020 when it was trailing 5th on 450. The 3 switcher units are moving 47 rail cars. The train only stopped for a minute to let someone off. Just then, the same train came back, but this time it was reversing into Brampton Intermodal. The next train I got in is CN L570, going from Aldershot to Toronto. Maybe I should call this CREX L570 because there was two CREX GEVOs for the power, that being 3965 leading, and trailing second is 3945. And L570 yesterday has 136 freight cars. The next train I got in is CN Z121, going from Halifax, Nova Scotia to Brampton. It was led by 2813, trailing second is 2935, and for a mid DPU is 3873. And how many cars did 121 have yesterday? Well, it doesn't matter. The train only stopped for a minute, then it continued into the yard. traffic finally started to move after being stuck at the tracks for 20 minutes. And let me tell you, the traffic has really backed up. I can see why they are doing a great separation to this crossing, just like
the endangered Elgin Mills crossing.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Just had to throw that in there. Anyways, our next train we gotten is CN 435, going from Toronto to London. It was led by 5677 and trailing second is 8 faster than 11. And 435 was shorter than usual because it has 45 freight cars. The next and final train that I gotten is CN M394, going from Flat Rock, Michigan to Toronto. Oh well, you also saw 384s on your last Halton trip. I know, right? And like the last 384s that I gotten, this one has another 4 locomotive lash up, but even better. 3 SD75Is and 1 GEVO. It was led by 5681. Trailing second is 5764. Trailing third is 5742. Oh, come on, that's 1 unit off. 5743 has a Leslie RS3L horn. Yeah, unfortunately it's 1 unit off. Anyways, trailing fourth is 2849. And 65 cars down the train are 4 excavators. And 384 yesterday has 169 freight cars. And it was also carrying some interesting loads. Well, folks, I really hope you enjoyed the trip to the Halton sub for the second weekend in a row. All in all, for this trip, I had a much more successful trip to the Halton compared to last week when I went to Scotch Park. A lot more trains, a lot of vintage power for sure, and yeah. All in all, for this spot, it's a really wonderful spot, but however, like I said, they are going to separate from crossing by putting in the bridge. So, you better go here as much as you can. I wish I could come here more often, but maybe in the future, before we do the construction here, I'll be sure to come here. So yeah. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this really awesome Brampton video on the Halton sub. Until my next one, I will see you guys later. Peace out, folks. You know what? Hold it right there. We've been using this outro for a year now. So you know what? Let's do a new outro from now on until next year. Hey, excuse me, sir? What is it, Tyler? Can you please make me a new outro right away? Sure. Give me 1 second. There, I just finished. Wow, that was quick. Okay, let's play the new outro, shall we? Let's do it. A shout out goes to Crypto Transit who showed up unplanned. I'll leave his link in the description when I have a chance. Hey. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos coming soon. If you haven't already. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this awesome Brampton video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. And that will be it as usual. See you guys!